everybody, it's Linda with LL Creation Studio. I have something really joyful to share with you today. What I will be bringing on board in just a few seconds is my 300th journal that I have made. And I mean, who would have thought that I would be doing my 300th journal today? So I wanted to pick something very special to me. They're all special to me. I mean, they're all call me to do them, and I do them, and they're like my I don't know, they just keep me going every day. But for my 300th journal, I wanted it to be something really special to my heart, and I hope that it's special to your heart. And so I've done this theme, maybe 3 times, maybe. A couple of them were special custom orders, but I've always loved exploring Edgar Allan Poe. And he's a Masonite board. I got a little carried away with him. He's 224 pages. He's 5 signatures. He is hand painted. He's got an invisible leather spine here, faux leather spine. He's been decoupaged, hand painted underneath the decoupage, which you'll see on the back and the inside. He's covered with this really gorgeous black lace. And here I got one of these, and I painted his name, Poe, here. And this is one of my favorite scenes, and it's a decoupage scene, and his most famous Nevermore and the Raven and everything else. And I've just lightly gilded this in gold, and then dropped some red, which is throughout the journal, for blood drops and things like that. Here is the, I'll turn him over. Here is the leather spine, which is black, and here is some of the painting on the back, like I said, and then here is the blood dropping. And then here's the bottom, here's the top. And I went back to, remember whenever we used to be doing the ribbons and the strings and the lace and everything coming out of the top, I went back to that for this particular journal. And then he's got a lot of darkness to him, but that was Poe. And then he has the lace. See how the lace comes out, which I hopefully has softened up his the journal. He can be very morbid. And inside this journal, I have a lot of his writings, inserts of his writing, parts of his writing. I'll get it right in a minute. And I've also got some of his poems in here, and I've got a lot of photographs of his poems. And also you're going to see I have a lot of his book covers, or his film, when they did a film publicity shot of that movie that they made into, from one of his books or poems or something. So let's take a look inside. And I mean, it is a big journal. And here is the black with the blood prints and everything on it. And then you have the red and the black throughout. Here's that gorgeous, let me make sure he's in the frame here. Here's that gorgeous lace again. And then you have black here, which you can put your name and glue whatever you wanted to here. And I just left that plain because now we're going to open up to the journal, the first signature in the journal. And here's the French lace right down in here. You have a lot of washi tape. You have a lot of edging from the paper throughout. And I've already written my write-up for YouTube and everything in here. And I tell you, I don't know whose paper this is. I have 2 or 3 PDF files on my computer of in the Poe folder, and none of them have their names of where I got the paper. So if you know, if any of this looks familiar to you, please let me know. But a lot of these I came off of Pinterest, and I did searches on Google, and I printed them out, saved them, and printed them out as the paper. So it's just a huge mixture of something like that. And then on each signature has a black folder starting and ending, and it's a nice heavy cardstock, and each one of them has something like this on the front and the back. And so here's the famous raven, and you'll see the lace as we go by. And then here's the photos, a lot of digi prints in this book. You have the washi tape with the birds on the wire. This is my hand painted paper, which is a heavy paper. Then you have some journaling space. This is Victoria Designs paper. And here's another Poe signature. And it's like this. See, if this is I inserted this poem, parts of it. And you'll have the red blood drippings throughout. And you have what I call the pocket folders in dark colors. This is from my stash because I wanted the heavy, and then I did this painting, spraying of this is Strathmore cardstock. And then all of these have been parts of, and then I added this coffee stain paper. So you got a lot of ephemera in each one of these pockets. There you go. And then each tie is just the ribbon that you saw coming out of the top. And I used a lot of clip-ons, spaces for you to write. And then here is another digital printout. These are all blank, hand torn, some of them aren't. And then you have a nice size heavy cardstock there. This is going to take more time because there's so much stuff in here, and it is so dear to me that I don't want to burlap and lace. Another one of these pocket folders, which is loaded with more big ephemera. Also, you have the secret space right here. My strings I left. I didn't know whether you'd want some beads or something that you wanted to add there. Look how young he looks there. See the hand torns, and this is a skull. And here's your hidden compartment. Save on time, I'm just gonna go that way. And here is the back of that folder. One of his quotes, but you have quite a few of those in here also. So even though I've done Poe several times, I have never done it to this extent of this one. A big tag. a little tuck spot here. Nope. This is the back of the folder, and the inside of the folder, which has just been decoupaged, glued on there, and you can see some blood drips right down through here. Now I just finished this morning, so it's still a little stiff. It hasn't been gone through totally yet, but this is a decoupage on the front of this signature with a little bit of lace, and then the lace tab. And these are really, look at that. And here's the skull again. And a little decoupaging going on there. And I use my brass clips in here, which really adds a lot of color, I think. And then this is a decoupage black. And then we have one of Poe's Evening Star. It's a poem. Tan torn. And this is also something by Poe. Oh, we missed this, didn't we? The mirror. I think that was one of the inserts from one of his books. Another big pocket envelope folder. And this is also one of his sayings, which is really sad when you read it. Deep in earth my love is lying, and I must weep alone. Edgar Allan Poe. And here he is. He died when he was 40. He was born in 1809, and he died at 1849. They said he died of a mysterious death. I don't know what that meant back then, but he was a young man. And over here is the infamous raven on a dictionary page with a skull. And then here is Poe. To save time, I will put it all in later. And then the raven on a journal sheet there, and the skull again. Another saying by Poe. And these are what I'm saying that I downloaded and printed out, and then glued them on the fronts and the backs of these signature lead-ins and exit pages. And here's the next signature with another picture of Poe. A lot of washi tape, a lot of page edgings done. And this is really nice, heavy cardstock. That's why it's so full and chunky. But I wanted to make sure that it would uphold all of the stuff that I would be doing to it. And here's another Poe saying here. And then here is another nice size photo on this art paper. And all of this is just the regular photo of Poe and some other items. Another saying here. And another, I love this one. I just love this image of the chandelier and the raven and the colors. And then here is another, The House of Ushers. How many people saw that? I saw that when I was a girl, a young girl. I had no business of seeing it. It scared me to death. And then I like this. And here's another saying by Poe. And all these digital prints throughout. That's a good photo of him. And then a decoupage here on the back, and then a photo of him. And then this is the starting of the other signature here with one of his sayings. And I decoupage the heart. And this is The City in the Sea, one of his short stories. Evening Star again. And this is a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. And something else by Edgar Allan Poe, and it's a short story. Has to do with the cat, I'm sure. I wished I had time that I could read them all to you and really take my time in showing off this journal, because I mean it is a really nice salute to Poe, I think, and it just takes time to cover somebody that was just fabulous. And here's another one of his poems. And it is very, very chunky. I mean, 224 pages is a lot. Here's another one of his poems. And then to put in all of this ephemera and all of these, this is the house that I visually see him type living in. It's a very gothic place, and so I just added that. It really had no meaning but to me. And then you have another poem in here along with the other items, and it is a double pocket. And then you have another one on this side. I tried to start putting them in each one of these pockets, something very special pertaining just to him, along with the other ephemera. And then this is the one that, another digital print. Almost done. Another one. And then the Raven, his most, I think that's his most famous. When anybody thinks of Poe, this is what they think of. And then here is the back with all of the blood droppings and the red and the black ribbon here. And then this is the decoupaged end of the signature there. And then here is the back, and you can see how big he is. And the name of this journal is Edgar Allan Poe Revisited, because like I said, I chose him to be my 300th journal. He's always been a very special in my heart. I love his writings, and I can relate to a lot of it. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and please leave me some comments below, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.